Hello friends, welcome to my channel Power of AEM. In this video, we will learn about how we can create content fragment models. In the previous videos, we already discussed about what are the content fragments, how we can use it, and how we can set up all the configurations. So in this configuration, we are talking about how to create models. So this is the AEM screen where you can see the options to create the content fragment model. To start with that, you need to click on the tools icon, which is on the left, and select the asset because all the options are available in the asset. As you know, content fragment are part of the asset. So select the content fragment model card, and you can see all multiple folders based on the configurations. As in the previous video, we created a configuration with the name of demo CF. That is the reason a folder is here. If you are having less configuration, then you might have less folders. But in case you are having multiple configurations, you can see multiple folders. So please select the appropriate folder in order to create the model because models are not shareable. For example, if you're creating a model under vRetail, then it is not available under demo content fragment. So it is binded with your configuration. So make sure you are selecting the right folder in order to create content fragment model. As we created demo configuration, so I'm going inside that. You can see some models are already created, but in case you want to create a new content fragment model, click on the create button, enter the title, associate tags and description, and make sure you have enabled or checked the option enable model. If that is not enabled, in that case, you cannot use this model to create the content fragment, as well as you cannot expose your content fragment data outside of AEM environment by using the GraphQL queries. So you have to select this option as enabled. If you are not enabling it, then you can see this model will be created, but the status will be draft. So you cannot use it for any external purposes. So you need to provide title, tags, description. Both the tags and descriptions are optional. So title will be mandatory. Once you are done, click on the create button and model will be created for you. How you can see a model once that is created? Let's quickly check. I'm just going for a test content fragment model and clicking on the create. I am saying done. Once I'm saying done, you can see it's showing enabled with the green status. And for example, if I want to do any changes, I need to click on the edit. And as you can see on the right hand side, multiple data types are available. You can use any out of the box data type. If you are going for single line text, this is a single line text. You can select this is the text field, or you can go for the multi-field option. What could be the label? For example, this is my first name field. Once I am adding the field label, you can see label is appearing here. What could be the placeholder in this text box? Provide first name. And as you can see, once I'm updating all these properties, all the changes you can see reflecting on my model section. What could be the default value you can select as per your business need? What could be the maximum length that you can also decide? Is that field required or not? Simply select that. Once you are selecting that, you can see the asterisk sign is appearing here. If you want to add any kind of validation, some out of the box validations are available like email, URL, and custom. If you are adding custom, you need to provide a regex pattern here. So against that pattern, your validation can happen against this field. I'm selecting none at this point of time. Any error message that you want to show, for example, this is a require field and anyone is leaving this field while creating the content fragment, then which type of message you want to show on the screen. So I'm just adding a error message. Description you can also add, and this description will be helpful whenever user is coming on this field. Once they hover on it, all the data that you want to show will be available at front of them during the mouse hover. So you can add the description here. Once you are done with this, you can select another data type. For example, if you want to go for Boolean, you can go with the Boolean option. Like this is the field, and what could be the field? Are you internal user? Sorry, this is a name, so name should not have any spaces. It should like this. Label could have the spaces. And is this a required one or not? Any error message, description, all the common fields. After that, if you want to go for any tags, content reference, fragment reference, you can add all of these things. You can pick any data type from out of the box field. For example, if you want to show date of birth or date of joining. So this is how it will appear. Date, you can go for either date or time or the combination of both. And what could be the default value that you can also select? Is that required or not? Same kind of properties that we have already seen. You can go for another kind of options. For example, if you are having any JSON object or any placeholder, any tab sections you want to show, you can do that. And you can use any other field from here. Once you are done, click on the save, and the overall field selections will be saved against this model. So if I open up after saving the options, you can see it is appearing something like this. And based on that, you can create any content fragment model. However, I want to show you some realistic content fragment model. For example, if you are designing a content fragment for your vehicle section, where you have a vehicle and each vehicle is is having some combination of your fuel, interior, and engine and transmission. So in that case, you need to take a decision, or you need to split your overall uh, business criteria into small pieces. For example, when I'm talking about vehicle is having engine, fuel, and interior. So I divided in subparts, and in this combination, I have created one vehicle. So for example, if I'm going for interior, I created a model, and in the interior, I am showing like, is that vehicle is having clock, ventilated seats, and is that having child safety lock, airbags, number of airbags, and some additional features that we want to show. Similarly, in the engine, I have already added options like what type of engine, like displacement of the engine, the type of engine, number of cylinders available in this engine. And once I have created all these fragments in fuel, also we can check out quickly. In the fuel, I have a drop down. In the drop down, you can see I have added the variation of fuel type, which type of options I want to show under this fuel type, and what are the tank capacity. So that you can take a decision how you want to design your content fragment model. And I have already uh, splitted out my content fragment model in subparts. And in a combination, I added all these three subparts of content fragment in one of the parent content fragment model. So how I have added that, I have added one of the image. Image is the content reference. Content reference could be anything. I am using this content reference, and again, content reference you can see here. So I'm using this content reference to pull out one of the image for a vehicle. And after that, I'm using fragment reference. Fragment reference means any existing fragment that I want to use in the current content fragment model. So for that, we use content fragment reference. So there are a difference. Content fragment, if you want to pull out any information or any data from your content hierarchy, AEM content hierarchy, you can use the content reference. In case you want to use existing content fragment, go for content fragment reference. Sorry, fragment reference. And once you are selecting the fragment reference, it is asking about which type of model you want to select. So allowed model fragment. So you need to just click on that. You need to traverse. As you can see, only specific models are available because this is the configuration or whatever models we have added in our configuration folder. Only those models are available. So you can select either one. And once you are selecting, it will be available here like this. You can select multiple as well. You can also select what could be the route path. So for example, once you are adding this fragment reference and someone want to add any engine, so from which hierarchy they can add the engine. It could be like they are creating multiple fragments based on this model. So from where you want to traverse the hierarchy. So that is the route path. And if you want to create a fragment directly from here, like new content fragment, if you want to show this option, you can select this. Otherwise, if you are deselecting this, it means it will not be available for you. So this is how you can design your content fragment model and reutilize any existing content fragment model. Similarly, I have added fuel and interior. So this is how you can design your content fragment models and leverage the existing models. I hope this video will be helpful for you to understand about the content fragment model. Thank you for watching and please do subscribe my channel.